So what about you're a pharmacy owner out there and you're interested, but how do you know whether it makes sense? How do you gauge, like, do you like check how many patients you have that may qualify? Like, how do you know whether it makes sense to even go into combo shop?
Well, I mean, you guys are making it really easy for me to like plug all these great resources that we have.
Right ahead.
This wasn't even planned.
And I promise we did not talk before and plan any of this. Right, Scotty?
All of our podcasts are off the cuff. We wing all these things. Yeah.
Setting me up. So, I think a few different things. So one, a pharmacy really needs to look at their population and go, am I providing compliance packaging? Am I providing delivery services? Am I supporting patients who are chronically ill, who are aging in place? Am I doing more consultations? Am I doing more clinical work? If your pharmacy is falling into that realm, then you are probably supporting long-term care at home patients. So you have opportunities to be able to bill them differently. That's very high level. If you really want to get an idea of what your patient population is and your payer mix and what payers do you have who are paying at what rates and what are the opportunities for your patient base based on what their chronic diseases may be and medications and so on, we do have a solution at the long-term care home pharmacy network where we can actually do a patient population assessment and say, okay, here's what it looks, here's what your revenues are now. Here's what your revenues would be if you could potentially convert 10% of this population, 15%, 40%. You can kind of change the numbers and play around with it. And then this is for the payers who are actually paying now. And then future state, when the payers who aren't paying higher rates for it, this is what it will look like in future state. So we do have the availability to work with pharmacies to collect that data and give them deeper insights into, exactly what their specific population may be. And then, of course, who is in your neighborhood? I mean, when you're looking at these pharmacies from the retail community aspect and even the long-term care aspect, there's so much opportunity here to be able to support the organizations that are right next door to you. So from a community aspect, are there integrated health systems? Are there home care agencies? Are there case management groups? Those are the organizations who you want to go to and market to and say, hey, I provide a higher level of pharmacy care than what you're going to be used to, and here's how I can help you. For the long-term care pharmacies, it's, hey, I don't have to stop supporting these patients once they leave your facility. I can help make sure that these medications are managed once they leave your doors so that they don't end up back in here. And so you have to kind of look at not only your current population base, but also who is in your market and what patients may be available to you to help support the healthcare system with.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you've got to look at not only what you have, your potential. Mm-hmm. I mean, because there could be lots of patients that you could be helping and touching if you had this available for them.
Yep. So, and I mean, as a business owner, you get excited when you start like realizing that I can actually be paid for the prescriptions I'm giving out. This is really cool. Let me try to go get more business instead of, sitting behind here and being upset at every reimbursement that comes back.